a map that changed slightly with the climbs being banned or climbs being removed from the maps in the latest patch, but some of them are still viable, but they're just very difficult to do during regular play. Now, having a quick look here at the lineups, it's going to be GoHard red side, it's going to be eSuba blue side on the attack. eSuba got the blue and white camouflage. Kaznakru, GoHard with the purple and black camo on the red side.
Well, GoHard does decide to go aggressive with it, but like see in NK, that's obviously he's not going to be playing a Bison. There's a little bit of a graphical error there, but yeah, GoHard with their lineup they brought. It is not the passive defense, so we were wrong about that one. They are going to go aggressive, and they are going to go aggressive in the middle to try and stop eSuba from doing anything. They are only sending one batch shot around though.
Push up into the hill here from eSuba, 2 batchats, Unji and Overus into that area. Now, GoHard actually submitting a hell of a lot of the tanks into the middle. It looks like GoHard are going to take the stack. They've only got Failware coming around the back. Multiple shots going out into Tomasek, but not actually connecting with him there.
The thing is, GoHard will have to go for a commitment here at one point because you see Combat coming out already with the first shot from that artillery piece. If they just
4 players stunned.
They don't have the lineup to go passive again. And if they just sit there, then the Artie will just slowly chip them down. They have to go for a commitment at one point.
Unji actually peeking from the south of the hill there and getting a shot into Annihilator. That wasn't very nicely done there to be able to find the angle. But GoHard have Stefan and they have Failware going around either side of the mountain to try and, or sorry, the hill, try and get some plays, try and get some shots in here. Now GoHard have taken a bit of damage, but all the return damage is going back into Ukets. He's down now only to 239 HP. Annihilator finishing the kill there and GoHard taking up first blood.
Yeah, the thing is, the 113s for the side of eSuba were too far forward. They got picked off by a simple move from GoHard, which was pushing forward, and they paid heavily for it. There was no need for this with the hill control they had, and now Stefan clipping onto the back of Tomasek as well.
Free damage there for GoHard. They have lost Failware in his batchat, but GoHard are continuing this push because they have more HP to trade. They're going to try and focus Tomasek now, get him to drop, but Combat getting the kill there on Collapse. This is something we've seen with artillery. Sometimes you just don't have enough time to be able to do as much damage. Frolic still has all his HP for eSuba. What can they do to come back into this?
Well, I mean, eSuba needs to count on that Artie, but they're going to start losing gun after gun. Unji is on the flank, but he can't really achieve much with that, as all of the GoHard tanks are already too far forward. They are going to lose Pratelicek. Nile picks that up, and now Froli needs to hold as long as he can, and they really need to make this Artie piece work.
Stefan now picking up a kill on Tomasek. eSuba have 4 tanks available, 3 technically if you include artillery, but Unji just picking up a double kill as he comes around the back and gets into Annihilator. He can shoot into Kaizu now as well, as Kaizu's taking a couple of big hits, but Unji's worried about negative. Unji can actually pick up 2 kills, and eSuba, Daki, if Unji can play this right, could actually come back into this. But look at this, no, Stefan is going to be able to clip out into the back of Froley, and that is a huge amount of HP they're about to lose.
Yeah, but that's the mouse, though. That's exactly what they want, because now Unji can make his play. Stefan's on reload now. Now it's all on towards Unji. 12 seconds on that artillery piece. He has to make a play. He has to kill Zafar right here, right now.
Unji gets one out into Zafar, gets 2, he's going to actually have to shoot 3, bit of a Loro misses that shot. He only has 1 more to go. He's going to try and pick out negative, but he takes damage. Combat picks up the kill on Zafarchik, and now it is Unji with a wing and a prayer here against Negative, who's a 1-shot. Negative is also Amrak, but Stefan is probably going to win this for GoHard.
Yeah, Stefan's about to come off reload, and Unji driving down. Stefan will just catch up and finish it off. Losing those tanks in the beginning is really what cost him the round.
Would you think if Unji had been able to get another shot there and not miss a shot?
No, it wouldn't. It still wouldn't change enough because he had 4 shots. He could kill Negative and Zafar, but even if he did that, Negative might go down here. He will. Vital
positioning, however, as well from Stefan there. Being able to come in from the flank, being able to farm a good chunk of damage there. I mean, Failware was round the other side. Failware got caught out early on in the match. He was the first tank dropped on the side of GoHard. But Stefan being left alone to farm a lot of damage. And, well, if you give that to a batchat, they're going to take it. They're going to take it every day of the week.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you have those 2 113s in the middle who are pushed up too far, and then the GoHard side just peeks up and removes them pretty much from the game, which exposes all the positions. Yeah, they got Failware, but Stefan got the clip on towards the back of Tomasek then, and all GoHard really had to do was control that. I mean, eSuba had to do was control that hill entrance, not trade like that, because now they just lost Ukets and Pratelicek pretty much like for free. Like, you want to make that RD piece work. Stefan had a great game, but
3 kills as well from 13 shots fired and 4k damage. That's dominating, actually. Kaizu coming in next in I7, then Unji, Both of us have picked Unji in our fantasy team. I had a little bit of an internal pain there because I picked Andrew as well from eSuba, and I said to Mojo before coming through here, it says, picking Andrew's a gamble because he doesn't seem to always play necessarily for eSuba, and well, there we go. He's not. It doesn't look like he's playing today.
It's going to cost you. Feels bad, man. I just need to catch up with Mojo. I don't really know what his
I just
team
wanted
is.
to catch up with either two of you. I have no idea what Mojo's got either. Sneaky with his picks. Very sneaky. Now, second round here on Mine's team's going to swap positions. We're going to get GoHard on the attack. We're going to get eSuba on the defense. I'm expecting quite a bit of aggression here from GoHard on the attack, to be honest.
Yeah, we have seen them make super aggressive moves. We're like pushing 3 lines straight. The thing is, it depends kind of on the lineup from eSuba. If like what they bring will also translate into how GoHard plays. If they play the camp, then GoHard could play it a little bit slower. If they play an aggressive lineup, then they have to contest that hill, obviously.
I mean, Mines can very easily end up being a 1-1 map. GoHard here with IS7, 5A, Batchat, 113, 113. Batchat again on TVP, okay. Kaizu on TVP. eSuba going with a fairly defensive lineup here, actually. Going with a chunk of armor there. Looks like an E3 or E4. Just have to quick look at that again when the team lineups come up here. So it's Unji and an E4 Overus and an E4 Combat and an E3. So 3 hard-hitting TDs there, Daki, with a lot of armor, and Frawley in that T100 as well. GoHard immediately going down the 1-2 line here, Daki. They're going to go for, looks like, an immediate rush push here. Yeah,
they're going to try and beat the timing of where everybody from the side of eSuba is aiming. Actually, they're slowing down, so maybe they won't try and beat the timing. But this is going to cost them a lot of HP, though. They're going to keep driving down, and it depends if these E4s can connect their shots or not.
Nice shot there, looked like from Frawley, getting one into Kaizu for 3-1-3. And GoHard Armu going for the push. Negative is the one leading the charge. Takes one shot. How much damage can the rest of the tanks from eSuba do here? They're not actually connecting any shots coming in here. Zafarchik gets hit for 265, but that's not one of the big guns. Looks like maybe Tomasek or something. Zafarchik taking more damage. Coca-Colap's taking some damage as well. But GoHard getting 4 tanks across here and still with a decent amount of health.
That's not even nearly good enough for eSuba because they have those TDs that you were talking about, those double E4s and an E3, who really did, I think one of them connected a shot on the crossing. So now they're just going to start losing tank after tank. This is, again, disastrous for eSuba. Unji is not in a good position. Frawley is stuck behind that rock for the rest of the game. And Tomasek, we know what happens when those 113s get to K1.
Yeah, we've seen this happen to, I think was it Annihilator last week, just getting chipped away. No, it was Milosh getting wrecked in his IS7 there as they all started switching over and spamming with HE and stuff. Now, GoHard with good map control here down on the 1-2 line. And what can eSuba really do to come back from this? Well, not much. Annihilator and Stefan can always pump shots into the back of the tanks of eSuba if they try and move, and eSuba are really pincered in here in a really, really difficult position to try and break out of it or try and get some kills on the tanks of GoHard.
Now the thing is, once you've committed yourself to this position, like this passive defense like eSuba has, there's no way out. Frawley, you can see he's already losing HP. Tomasek is going to be the next one, and they have so much time to make this work. This is pretty much a lost round for eSuba unless GoHard makes some major mistakes. They need to remove Tomasek from the game. He's the first target, then Frawley, and then they will probably push K-Line on towards Unji's position and Pratelicek.
The horrible thing here for Tomasek as well is when he's shooting back at these 3 tanks, all he's going to see is 2 turrets of a 113 and a turret of an IS7. 3 things you do not want to be trying to shoot at from long range.
No, and he's going to go down. There's Zafar picking up the kill. And now with the HP of Coca-Cola on negative, they're going to push Ukets back, make sure that he has to drive around the corner because that mouse can't withstand that amount of fire. When that happens, they will push K-Line. Oh. And when that happens, they will lose Unji, they will lose Pratelicek, and then it's just combat, Overus and Ukets left. So this is already the beginning of the end.
Kind of a textbook play here from GoHard being able to read the lineup of eSuba and saying quickly, okay guys, we can get down this flank, providing we weather the shots, which, to be fair to GoHard, a bit of luck on their side. They should have taken a hell of a lot more damage from 3 top-tier tank destroyers like that. I mean, each of them can pump out, what, 750 average? So that should have been, somebody should have at least been dropped. There's 2 tanks should have been nearly dropped there.
That's why you see teams like Kazna and Oops and such pick Foch Bs, pick AMX 50 Bs to do that damage on the crossing, because even if the E4 misses, even if the Foch B or 50 B misses the first shot, it doesn't matter because they have 5 more or 3 more in case of the MX-50B, so they will do the damage on the crossing. But GoHard got across there for pretty much for free, and that's like disastrous for them. Like, there's absolutely nothing they can do because of the passive defense. That is the issue with the passive defense. If you lose that 1-2 line and you have that Panzerkampfwagen behind the rock and you have the T100 on 1-2 line and you don't do enough damage to actually like win that engagement, you just lose flat out. Like, there's nothing eSuba can do. They're only dependent on GoHard's move. GoHard needs to make a major mistake for them to even get remotely back into this round.
Yeah, GoHard effectively need to lose 2 tanks, and even then not tanks that have already lost HP to try and turn things around. Annihilator and Stefan can just pick their shots here from the center area of the map on any tank from eSuba that tries to reposition themselves. In the meantime, eSuba are just stuck in a deadlock as these this 113, 113 and IS-7 at the bottom just constantly keep peeking and shooting, And now Failure's leading the charge. They want to get round and get the kill onto Frawley, which allows Failure to move up. Nice pick up there from Negative. And now look at this, Unji down to 90 HP in his E4.
This is the move we talked about, right? Now they're going to start pushing K-Line, they're going to start pushing up with those 113s, with that IS-7 maybe, because Coca Collapse is just controlling for now. But once they do that, Unji has 750 alpha, and then you have the 113 as well, but that's not enough to kill those tanks. Somebody will just take the hit, and then they will both die. And Unji's already dead, for that matter.
Annihilator picking up Unji, so now Negative or Failure will go out. Probably Negative will try and take the shot, try and bounce the shot, and then Failure will just come around and say, okay, I'll clip out now. And here it is. Negative goes to take the shot. Practically check doesn't connect. Failure's now like, okay, cheers, I'll start farming away. Negative's going to come up reload to get the shot, probably get the kill here actually. No, 474 leaves them on 46 HP for Failure to pick up the kill. And yep, this is the beginning of the end now as eSuba. You can just see their HP pool starting to drop all over the map. Combat and Overus are stuck over in that corner. You get stuck below the mountain. Stefan's now came all the way around to start getting flanking shots on the other side. Zafarchik now able to roll across the map. Coca-Collapse, Kaizu and Failure also on that side able to roll around the map. And Ukets is going to be the next one they focus into.
Ukets is the mouse and then just leaves 2 stationary TDs in the base, Combat and Overus. I did say in the beginning, I think Mines is a map where GoHard has the advantage, where they can take that 2-0, and it's proven to be true.
Failure coming around there, not off reload, but it doesn't matter because he can weather a shot, then come around and clip out into them. Combat facing the other way, so it's going to be Failure and Stefan shooting into Overus. Stefan actually getting a 1 shot into Combat. Overus is going to go down here. It's Negative picking up the double kill as Failure then picks up his double kill, dropping Combat. 2-0 there for GoHard, and a great start for them.
Talked about Mines, said that GoHard is a team that can break that defense, and they did exactly that. They just pushed 1-2 line. They took 1 shot from the TDs, just one, only one. The other 2 weren't aiming, or I don't know what they were doing. Unji was behind that rock, which is like a meh position because he can't really shoot from there. And once they crossed over, it is game over with the amount of HP they have. There's just nothing they can do. That Panzerkampfwagen has that weak spot around the turret ring, and if you can't hit that, then you just load HE, because with 7 minutes and 50 seconds, guess what? You can kill him with HE. Broly's position was already compromised. He can't do anything in T100 line. That's 2 tanks you lose. Unji was getting chipped away as well because there's not really room for 2 tanks where Bratelicek was. And after that, it's just domino pieces. 1 piece falls and everything else will fall as well in a matter of time.
It's going almost exactly as you predicted, Dak. You said if we go into Himmelsdorf, you favour favour GoHard on Himmelsdorf. It could be 4-0 after this.
It could be 4-0 after this, and that was the worry I said in the beginning, because I don't think Mines was like a map where eSuba could. Like, they were hoping for a 1-1, but I said GoHard could take a 2-0. And Himmelsdorf, again, this is a map very dependent on individual player skill, the correct rotations, and the good crossfires. And I think GoHard should be superior in that, no matter what. I mean, eSuba might be able to pick up 1 round here on their defensive side, if that comes to play. But again, GoHard is that kind of team that should be able to pull them apart.
Yeah, should. We have been surprised in the past when we say things like this should happen, things should go this way. Himmelsdorf, one of the oldest maps in the game. If you have access to Sandbox server right now, it's one of the maps that's currently being updated for HD and looks absolutely stunning. Absolutely beautiful map. 12 maps in total on the Sandbox right now. Quite a few of them actually are ones that are in competitive play.
Yeah, Steps, Cliff, Himmels, Moro,
Sand River.
Yeah.
They look amazing, absolutely amazing. I can't wait to be able to cast on them, actually.
Well, before that, we have to cast on Himmelsdorf, though, in the normal version.
Normal.
No Bismarck on the side just yet. But yeah, eSuba has to attack first. That's an issue. They have double Type 5 heavy.
Triple 5 heavies. What from GoHard? And 2 E3s?
GoHard is going for the super passive defense.
Yeah.
What they will do is they will try to cross across the B line because they need to get somebody to A6, A7 to reset. But this is like going to be risky. I'm surprised the Suba did not set up for the 5 line.
eSuba are trying to cap rush almost in a way, it looks
Yeah,
like.
but that's not going to work. Niall's already across in his type 5. Everybody else was just covering him to make sure he got across, and Failware's pretty much with him as well. These 50Bs won't do much against that.
Niall is spotted. Failware's going to move up into position as well, and
The
eSuba have slammed the brakes on.
The usual play against this is you would go to G5, G6 in that window over there. You'd put your 5A, your 113 over there, and then you would shoot the crossing to make sure you do a healthy amount of damage on those tanks going over. And they had the tanks for that as well. They had the 50Bs, they had the BAT, they had the 5A. They could have done that exactly. But they didn't do any damage. Now, GoHard has a great position to actually do this passive defense.
Niall sees the tanks coming up the middle road, the slow tanks coming up the middle road, but what is going on from eSuba? They're committing all of their forces up here to get into the banana road. It's not all in.
It's the full 2 base play, but the issue is they don't have an E3 for one. That E3 can go to B0 and maybe cross over if he's lucky towards A0 and then start chipping away at these tanks. But for one, they got to cross full HP. They cannot cross the 8 line because there is Dafar and Kaizu. They will do plenty of damage. And then the thing is with Failware and Niall, if you kill one, the other will just sit safe behind him. So you can't really remove those tanks from the game either. Now, for eSuba, they need to kill these guys. I just don't see how they will be able to do that without losing a truck ton of damage.
I was going to say, any road they cross right now, GoHard have perfect fire lanes down the roads. Overus is stuck in that area. Coca-Cola can shoot him. Unji can perhaps get shots down into negative. It looks like he's fired one already. But if combat moves forward, you've got Kaizu and Safarchik waiting to shoot him. If he gets up to the next road, Annihilator and Failware can turn and shoot him. And yeah, eSuba have got himself up into this position now, but GoHard have now got every single road blocked as a retreat avenue for eSuba. And well, combat already getting absolutely smashed as he moved forward there, exactly as I said it was going to happen.
It's an E3 and a Type 5 heavy. This is something you can't really peek against with the mouse. They are going to cross the 8 line now, but they will have to do so much damage to Niall and Failware.
eSuba starting to push in now. Let's actually listen into their TeamSpeak comms and see if they can actually pull this off.
Jak nie probou zepředu. Takže nabím. Budou mít nabito prostě.
Tak.
Mě dal zepředu, no, za 14.
Teď jsme jim asi najeli úplně tam, kam chtěli.
Mě vidíte.
Ten mouse tam krosnul, nevím jak.
Píknu na E3 versi. Vystřelená E3.
Já nabijím.
Hoří.
Mě pěkně,
To
ale
můžeme.
se
Já se
tady...
nedostanu zpátky na hlavu už.
Hej Tomášku, pojď sem taky pomoct. Ty se nedostaneš na hilty, ne?
Když vzpomenu tady vždycky.
Že jsme tě potřebovali teďka tady odravovat tu 113.
Já vím.
Já jdu po té E3, tak musí jít Tomášek prostě nějak.
Jako ona si může vyjet na helikodně.
Nebo já jdu doprava fightit tohle, nevím teďka.
Akorát tam nemůžeme
tohle
poslat.
můžou pušnout.
Type,
Ne.
píkuje? Takhle.
Chratu.
To je ten type ze zhora, no. Já tam nebudu píkovat.
Já jdu držet proti tomuhle typovi tady.
Jsem se potřeboval.
Ta 113 pak přijede tady.
Já nevím moc co dělat, jako. Máme Bčka na ráno, máme, ale už jsem.
Jedině repíknout tenhle roh, no. Prostě tam...
Pěkný.
Tam bude teď. To je píčovina, jako.
Počkej, zkus tady píkovat na tohle. Teď
Nemůžu
vystřel
teďka,
type.
jsem vystřelený type, no.
To prostě píkni. Z toho moudě.
Na prdel dostávám od E3, druhá E3. Od téhle E3 jsem dostal.
Musíme tohle to zkusit.
Vystřel?
Vystřel.
Já nevidím.
Prostě 13 ofrali.
Prdele další.
Nemůžu.
Nalep se tady. Jsem do kopu. Nabím.
Já jsem ho tam netrefil.
Ona si jede, můžu vybejtit ráno, když tak.
Ale nejezdi bokem, musíš jít předka.
Jo.
To zkus. Jestli máš nabito, jako zkus se vyklipovat.
Teďka můžu vystřelit. Vystřel.
To zkus se schoval. Já svítím furt asi. Přesně se stalo to, co jsem...
No my jsme jeli pole.
Když se tam dalo aspoň něco, protože jsme tady jsme strašně stáhli.
Ty vole, tohle bylo úplně tohle bylo nejhorší, co jsme mohli vymyslet.
Yeah, just a lot of HP and armor there for eSuba to get through, Daki.
Yeah, I mean, they took them so long to kill those A-line guys. They lost so much HP for it. Froley went down to a one-shot pretty much in the initial engagement. GoHard had the map control. Collapse got set on fire, which was a lucky break for eSuba, but it wasn't enough. Like, they were completely surrounded. They took so much damage on combat. Unji's burning as well. They didn't do enough damage. They should have done damage on the crossing if they really wanted to make this play work. Like, if you want to make this play work that they did, first of all, those 50Bs should be clipping on the 5 line.
Unji just running into the gun there of Zafarchik at the end. 3-0 to GoHard, and this is looking like it's setting up for a potential 5-0, 5-1 right now.
Well, they still have their defense to go right, so they have that going for them, but like the thing is, you want to, like, they need to set up for that 5 line. You need to get that 5A in the window, or your bat for that matter. He just needs to peek on the observation device and spot those crossings. And then they will do a lot of damage to the Type 5 and the mouse crossing, or they won't cross, and that gives you control over the eastern side if they don't. Like, they didn't do any damage to them, and Nile failed were full HP. The initial trade combat took like 1.2k damage for that. He took a Type 5 and an E3 shot, and then the 50Bs and a bat clipping out on 2 guys, not being able to kill them.
Yeah, I think it was Froley and his. I think it was Froley, and the first 50B to go over was down to almost.
He
a
was dropped
one-shot.
to 300
Yeah.
instantly.
So, like we said, the minute they tried to do anything, there was going to be damage going their way, and GoHard made sure to land their shots and really punish eSuba for the crossing. Team's going to swap sides now. It's going to be eSuba's defensive round. It's going to be GoHard's attacking round. I think again we're going to get aggression from GoHard. I think GoHard are not going to play it safely. They're going to be like, guys, we need to win this. We need to get back in the game. We need to show everyone that, you know,
And it's
we are the
Himmelsorf
team
attack,
people
though.
talk about.
They can pull eSuba apart by making rotations. The question is, what the defense is eSuba going to go for? You have this super passive heavy defense that GoHard just brought out. You also have the 1-2 line rail control defense.
Yeah.
We will see by their lineup what they're going for. And once we see their lineup, we can also start reasoning how GoHard is going to be thinking about breaking it down. Because it all really depends on like the defensive setup. Because, you know, some attacks just don't work against certain defenses.
Yeah, for sure. Let's have a look at the lineups here. So, defense, 50Bs, mouse, E3.
Yeah, E3 in the window.
Grill coming from GoHard. You know who that's going to
Yeah, Ice 4 on A7, 113 down the rails. This should be standard 1-2 line control for the side of GoHard. For the side of eSuba, sorry. It doesn't look like, you know, anything else.
Substitution as well for GoHard as Karibari has came into the lineup, replacing Kaizu. Tends to happen a lot of the time here when GoHard are using the mouse in their lineup. Karibari seems to be the more preferred mouse player over Kaizu.
Yeah, it's just to do with the tanks they're playing. Like Kaizu doesn't like the mouse, and Barry is a good mouse player, so that's why. Unji went for the spot here. So they're actually not sending Tomasek to A7. Like, that's a change up from what we thought. They're sending Tomasek to E1. We've seen this before in older seasons, older meta, where he plays at E1 and then he spots 1-2 line. The E3 will be covering him together with the mouse, but instead, look what they're doing. They're pushing 2 guys down 9-0 line. That's Yukets, I think. No, it's not Yukets. It's the MX50Bs and Unji.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting. So it's Froley and Pratilicek.
Yeah, but there's a rotation already coming out from GoHard. Stefan, Coca Collapse, Unji was spotted crossing.
So
You
they're
don't cross there by yourself.
on your own, yeah.
So they have 3 tanks going up, and Zafar already waiting.
Zafar's already backed off, so he's in a more defensible
But he's
position,
a
able to
5A.
back off as well.
He's a 5A. He will just spot, and he can shoot them if they peek. This is readable from eSuba.
Froley going to be the one getting the first hit here. So 4-5-8 coming in from Zafar in the 5A. Unji's going to now push up, practically check Froley right behind him. Look at this counter from GoHard. They're coming up behind him as well. And this match is going to be done and dusted on the hill. Let's listen to GoHard's TeamSpeak as they try and plan it.
Pick the badge now.
Nice.
Yeah, I just
Counter push the 50B, counter push the 50B.
You can shoot me twice more.
Hey, mate line, maybe.
Can you finish him?
Yeah, I'm spotting it.
Stuff, can you finish him? Okay, love it.
That's 3 shots.
One piece go on the other side, yeah.
I don't think they will come mate line.
I'll try and make
They're
progress
running.
this way.
I'm gonna reload.
Can you go here?
I'm reloading.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going.
Давай, take banana, take
By
banana.
the way, yeah, that was able just
Can one of you aim the 50B so you can't pick me?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
cool.
Okay.
You can go forward.
Yes, yes.
Does it want me to go
No, I'll
forward?
need your support though in case, you know.
You can shoot
I'm on the way,
maybe one if you will.
No, he's too fast for me.
But yeah,
This 50B
You
can
can pick
run,
him now.
won't spot him. I'll spot the next 50B if he runs though. The other one is already gone. I can spot the next one.
So it will be only 3 on the C2, right? Nice.
I'll push into the captain.
Okay, okay, dude.
I'll just go. on the
Oh, it's
open.
mouse.
Mouse there.
So yeah, we can actually play second base with more aggressive.
Yeah, I'm here for free. You can cross the free as well now.
Tough, I'll cross
If
to
he's
it.
in.
Okay.
I'll just go start cap pressure here and pick on.
It's real
I'll-
right?
Can we
Yeah,
control
you
five
can
line?
even just
Negro?
stay. Yeah.
No, it's okay, I go to
Garage,
B0.
maybe can just stay on the cap on the left
Yeah,
side,
they
I will
can.
stay on the right side and we'll just control it. They have 5 tank on
I
the...
will spot and shoot some this mouse.
They
will-
can just
will
special
back-
reset.
I
Ah,
am
but
too.
stop, it's size 4 on the A5.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, size 4 on the A5 can be.
Не,
Or maybe
подожди,
on the
он
railway.
не должен
I'll
быть,
find out now.
если они пушили гору, нет, нахуй он там не очень сразу.
Не, ну сейчас он может быть, нет?
No, no, I can also just go here. Who stops me from going?
Yeah, you can do
Yeah, I'll see if the IS was here now.
In the
Garage,
meantime,
I
I'll
will
come
here,
like
just
this.
hold
Cola.
I
Be
will
ready
go-
to pick day 3, okay? Because I have a cross now.
In the meantime, I'll come up like this in the 8 line and I can
You
play
might
the
shoot
parry
me
on the
when I'm
cap and we can
IS
focus
was not
IS4.
spotting me. I don't know if he's here. I'll just peek.
Yeah, you can start going.
Yeah, I don't think IS was here. Unless he's hiding.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody
He
shoots,
might be
nobody
hiding,
shoots.
he's probably hiding.
Possible.
Barry,
They
I'll
didn't
kill
even spot
yourself.
me. They didn't spot
You
me. The
can
C3
cap
is
and
not
then
here.
I'll
The
just
C4
shoot
is
him in
not
the
here.
open.
Why he's moving right now?
I don't think he's here. To be
Oh,
honest. I don't
if
think
we
IS
try
was here.
to HE decap this,
Then yeah, then
so they
he's on
don't
the
have
right
IS4
side.
close.
He's on the right side then.
No, okay, yeah, I will stay on the cap. Yeah, stay on the cap.
You want me down here, or should
Yeah,
I
you
stay?
can go in here. If they will
Okay,
push,
yeah.
we will shoot just here.
Mhm.
Or on the right side, doesn't matter. Yeah, they have that mouse in the fight. He can't be in time here. They will just going suicide. Oh, блядь, just 3 can reset me.
Yeah, he can decap you, but nobody can decap here.
Да, of course, yeah.
And the E3 can
just-
also miss, by the way, if you're careful. I will
No
just
chance
push
of
in
that.
their back.
I'll spot this mouse.
Reload again.
What's the HP of that mouse?
The
Can I-
reset user?
Oh,
The
okay.
mouse is
Yeah,
full, and
here's
the IS4 is here as well. IS4 is here.
Yeah, I will go and clip.
113 going
Yeah, we
forward.
can just fight. I mean, we need to just finish IS4 with mouse.
I go to heal, no, не.
They're just yellowing.
Yeah, the garage
Yeah,
the
E3
moves
fight.
reset.
Well, as we said, when that push happened up on the hill, that was pretty much done and dusted already for the match. eSuba are able to string things out here at the moment, but at some point GoHard are just going to decide, once they've got all the tanks into position, to just commit and push, and that kind of looks like it's happening right now, Dake. Stefan be able to come around the side, negative south of the rest of the team be able to get crossfire shots, Annihilator coming around the other side. They're going to try and squeeze in here onto Overus and into Tomasek. Stefan's going to be able to clip out into Overus here, do a huge amount of damage. There's always the potential for damage coming in the other side. Stefan has to weather these shots. At the same time, there's a fight happening at the top of the map as they're pushing out tanks in the top of the base, and well, actually Stefan lost that exchange with the mouse.
Yeah, well, it's still a mouse, and it doesn't really matter if he loses that. Niall will pick it up from the side. Barry picks up Ukets in the meantime. And they had so much extra HP since that initial play from eSuba fell to pieces. They were always going to win that round.
So 4-0 GoHard against eSuba. GoHard starting to get a bit of rhythm behind them, but eSuba not able to get that breakaway that they're wanting from Savage Squad, and who cares? But it's not over yet. We have seen teams turn things around from 4-0 down, but it will be a very tall order for eSuba to do that today.
I don't see it happening, though, to be honest. Not in this one. It's not close. The moves are read very well by GoHard, so there's that as well.
It could be, yeah, Failware now against Combat. Combat picking up a double kill before he goes down, dropping Coca-Collapse, but then Negative gets his triple kill. Negative actually doing a lot of damage and getting a lot of kills right now for GoHard. See him coming up quite often here, double kills, triple kills.
Good stuff from GoHard, but they didn't really have to do much. They spotted Unji, decided to rotate because there might be a play coming out from eSuba. Ding tried it with one bat shot. eSuba tried it with one bat and 250
Yeah.
Bs. I mean, it was very readable.
Yeah,
It was very
breakneck.
readable, so...
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of debating whether the fact that Onji got spotted, he should have said, guys, I'm spotted, and changed the plans, but they were kind of already committed by that stage. And good reads from GoHard to be able to come back into it. Combat doing the most damage in this round, but well, it was on the losing side, so last tank surviving as well.
Yeah, there's not much to say about damage. It's just a good reaction from GoHard. And after that, they had 2 tanks up and can't really lose the round at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's there to be lost, but GoHard certainly making sure they're able to finish things off. That's one of the things, if anything, being critical of this season, is that GoHard get themselves in decent positions, but then don't actually finish the match off. They let the other team come back into it. Now, Sand River, GoHard on the attack, eSuba on the defense. Be
It's the
interesting.
saving grace for eSuba that they're defending.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what GoHard tried to do here. Are they going to do something like perhaps bring artillery. We've seen some teams trying to do that, play cap tactics. It worked once. Generally, it's a tactic we think can only really work once, and other teams will then already have thought of ways to counter it if they see it. Because it's very obvious when you're doing that what you're going to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. For GoHard, I don't think they're going to be playing with Artie. They haven't done it so far. I also don't think they're going to they might do the Nord Rush, but it's unlikely. They've been more biased towards the south for the last few times that they played Sun River. They did it against Ding as well. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But maybe they learn from their mistakes and they will go for the south play again and try and make it work this time. We'll have to find out, to be honest.
Yes, Sand River being one of being the new map added into the Wargaming League this season for all regions. It replaced Steppes. Steppes was a map that had 2 very prominent boosts on it, and although the boosts were removed in patch 9.20, the decision had already been made prior to that to swap out and bring in Steppes. Steppes a map that a lot of teams seem to really enjoy playing. We don't really see it banned a lot in the league, and it brings a lot of varieties, a lot of mobility, a lot of options to be able to rotate around the map. And as you can see from the lineups in both teams, very mobile lineups. This is one of these maps you tend to barely ever see multiple mouse. You see a lot of 5As, you see a lot of Batchats, you see Patins, you see STRVs, you see Rhine Panzers, and that is exactly what we have as a selection here lined up for us right now.
Yeah, but again, GoHard is going towards the south as per usual. There is a big trap from eSuba there, though. If GoHard smells this out, it's game over before it even starts. But if eSuba can pull this off, then it's also game over. That's the question. We'll have to see if they can really figure this out or not.
Okay, now let's see. Unji, Ukets, Froley, Pratilicek, they're coming down south. They're going to clash here into Kaizu, Negative, and Failware. But it looks like everything is, well, going in eSuba's favour. Well, Negative's taken 2 shots out already, so he only has 3 shots left on him. Froley shooting but not actually connecting with anything here, and initial damage actually going into eSuba, but the counterfire coming right back into it. Failware is a focus target, and Kaizu's a focus target, but wow, eSuba just need to get more shots connected.
I don't understand why these bats really decided to run away from GoHard, because that took Kaizu, that's why he took all the damage, really, because he was running away. If he just stayed hold down, they really couldn't push that. I mean, they had 3 bat shots there as well for them, and Zafar. Now they need to do some punishing damage, though, because these bats shouldn't be allowed to run away just like that.
And indeed, they are able to just back off like that. Pratilicek separated from the rest of his team, but Unji, Froley, and Yuket is able to just retreat and pull back. GoHard coming right back in. Negative, Failware, still on reload, so basically both sets of bat shots were on reloads, and that's why it gave each of them time to pull off.
Yeah, they have... I don't know, this move from eSuba should have been punished way harder. I think GoHard kind of overreacted to it. Kaizu running away, taking so much damage, but they're now just rotating, and they might just counter push again.
Might come background on another side, so Froley, Unji, and Overus looking like they're going to wrap round and try and get the drop onto Coca-Collapse, because nobody else is in a position really to support Coca-Collapse. But again, eSuba, they need to make the shots count if they're going to do this play. Coca-Collapse is going to get dropped like a hot rock, but in return, Annihilator is able to pick up Froley, and GoHard are able to start getting some connections here. Looking from the viewpoint of Stefan as he's shooting out into combat, running over there in the Rhine Panzer. Bit of an overextension there for that tank to be in that position, Daki.
Yeah, he wanted to push the North. Stefan on the move there, even a beautiful shot. And GoHard punishing this move a lot better than the previous one. They've lost Froley. Yuket's taking some damage on the move. They're going to try and catch Stefan, but Stefan should be able to get maybe one more guy out of the game before that does happen.
Stefan with 2 shots, he's going to hold him and try and connect into Ukets. When Ukets exposes himself, Stefan misses the fun. Ukets connects with his shot. Stefan trying to shoot on the move, doesn't connect, but now he's safe for just now because Ukets and Pratilicek don't want to follow that position. Now, eSuba, GoHard with the HP advantage, 2k more on eSuba right now. eSuba making the plays, but GoHard able to answer to them and do damage while they're doing so.
Pratilicek is still continuing towards Stefan though, and GoHard is trying to react. They just need to make sure not to get caught out here. The Overus is in an isolated position at 5A. Negative should be able to pick that up, and that, again, should close this round if they do it well. Yuket's down towards the one-shot, Pratilicek on reload. Overus is still exposed, though. I think Negative should be going for the kill on him.
Some tail-end shots going into the back of Negative there. Oh, sorry, Zafarchik. He's moving over. Zafarchik now pushing up into Overus. Negative there as well into him. Overus is going to get dropped as well. Zafarchik going to be able to pick this one up, probably. Or actually, Negative might be able to do it. Zafar kind of almost cuts out right in front of him. They're going to push on now into Yukets and Pratilicek. Tomasek with all the HP, but he's isolated from the rest of the team, and GoHard are just basically pulling away from him. And Tomasek with no shots now that eSuba GoHard are over these ridges.
Yeah, the HP seems close, but in reality, ooh, Zafar is gonna burn.
On fire, he's gonna die for that.
No, he will just about survive, but Combat will finish him.
Finishing on 75 HP.
The thing is, the HP seems close, but in reality, it's not. Like, Combat's a one-shot, Nile picks up Yuket, all the HP is on Tomasek, that's the thing. While GoHard still has Failware and Negative with HP to work with, and Pratelicek is surrounded, so...
You can see Tomasek's position here on the map. He is a DE9 area. Kaizu's been going to be able to get crossfire shots into him. Negative's now going to push up into Combat up there, and the Ryan Panzer just force him out. Annihilator's going to want to duel with Pratelicek, because Annihilator can completely afford to trade shots with him right now. Pratelicek has to make sure every single one counts. Combat is, well... Negative's holding him in position. Combat's just trying to get some additional shots. Negative doesn't have shots into Combat, and this is allowing Tomasek to come back into the battle here. GoHard not being able to push right into Pratelicek, but there's crossfire shots because Failware can now get shots into him as well. It's Negative picking up the kill. Now they can turn their attention to Combat because he's going to be shootable by Annihilator when he comes off a reload, and then there's only Tomasek left for his team with Combat to be able to do something here.
Yeah, this should not work out for eSuba because they'll have only 2 guns in the game. Combat is in a isolated position where he can't move away from it because he's being proxied by a Negative. Kaizu actually picks it up from the side, and that just leaves Tomasek in a world of trouble.
Tomasek here for his team, nothing but a hope and a dream. Otherwise, it's going to be GoHard taking this one 5-0. Nice, strong win for them here, and a bit of a nightmare start to the weekend for eSuba because they were looking to get ahead of Savage Squad, and who cares here by a nice clean 3 points.
Well, it's not going to happen in this one as GoHard does it 5-0. Strong win from them. Still a little bit of overreacting from them, I think. If Kaizu and Failware just hold their ground, those bats really can't do much. I mean, the support would come out on time as well. Kaizu took like 1.6k damage for running away. So, but in the end, eSuba tried to make another rotation, and then it was over.
At the